Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning and discover that every negative emotion you experience can be completely erased in exactly 30 seconds. No meditation apps, no therapy sessions, no expensive courses. Just 30 seconds of a technique so powerful that it transformed a battle-hardened Roman emperor into the most mentally resilient leader in history. This is not fantasy. This is the secret Marcus Aurelius used to govern an empire while maintaining perfect emotional control. And by the end of this video, you will possess the exact same weapon he wielded against emotional chaos. But first, let me ask you something that will change how you see your own mind forever. How much of your life do you lose to negative emotions? Think about it. The frustration that ruins your morning when traffic makes you late. The anger that poisons your evening after a disagreement. The anxiety that steals your sleep before important events. The sadness that clouds entire days after disappointments. Scientists estimate that the average person spends over 4 hours daily trapped in negative emotional states. That means you are losing 1/6 of your conscious existence to mental suffering. 4 hours every single day. That is 1,460 hours per year. 60 entire days of your life consumed by emotional turbulence. But Marcus Aurelius discovered something that modern neuroscience is only now beginning to understand. The human brain processes emotions in predictable patterns, and these patterns can be interrupted completely. In exactly 30 seconds. Marcus Aurelius was not born with supernatural emotional control. He was a man who faced betrayals, deaths of loved ones, plagues that killed millions, and constant military threats. Yet his personal journal, which we now call Meditations, reveals a mind of extraordinary peace. How did he achieve this? The answer lies in a technique so simple that most people dismiss it, so elegant that it seems too easy to work, so powerful that it literally rewrites your neural pathways in real time. Let me take you back to the year 161 after Christ. Rome is the most powerful empire in human history. Marcus Aurelius has just become emperor, but he inherits a nightmare. The Antonine Plague is sweeping across the empire, killing 5 million people. Germanic tribes are attacking the northern borders. Political enemies plot his assassination. His own son Commodus shows signs of the cruelty that will later destroy the empire. Any normal person would collapse under this pressure, but Marcus Aurelius does something different, something that changes everything. In his tent, surrounded by the chaos of war, he writes these words: "The mind that pursues the good, whether it achieves it or not, is honored by the very pursuit." But how does he maintain this mindset when everything around him is crumbling? Here is where the secret begins to reveal itself. Marcus Aurelius discovered that all emotional suffering comes from one single source: our resistance to what is already happening. Think about your last experience with intense anger. What caused it? Someone said something occurred, an event happened. But here is the crucial insight. The event itself did not create your suffering. Your resistance to the event created your suffering. The event was neutral. Your mind made it painful. This realization led Marcus Aurelius to develop what I call the 30-second reset, a technique so revolutionary that it can instantly transform any negative emotional state into clarity and peace. But the real secret is about to be revealed. The technique consists of 3 phases. Each phase takes exactly 10 seconds. Phase 1 is called the pause. When you notice negative emotion arising, you stop all mental activity. You do not analyze. You do not justify. You do not resist. You simply pause and observe the emotion as if you are watching a cloud pass through the sky. Marcus Aurelius writes, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This pause creates what neuroscientists call metacognitive awareness. You step outside the emotion and observe it from a higher perspective. 10 seconds of pure observation. No judgment, no story, just awareness. Phase 2 is called the acceptance. This is where most people fail. They try to push the emotion away. They try to think positive thoughts. They try to distract themselves. But Marcus Aurelius discovered the opposite approach. You fully accept the emotion. You welcome it. You say to yourself, "This anger is here now. This sadness is present. This anxiety exists. I accept it completely. This seems counterintuitive, but it is based on a profound psychological truth. What you resist persists. What you accept dissolves. When you stop fighting the emotion, it loses its power over you. The neural pathways that maintain the emotional state begin to deactivate. 10 seconds of complete acceptance. Phase 3 is called the redirect. Here is where the transformation happens. You ask yourself one simple question. What would Marcus Aurelius do in this situation? Not what should I do? Not what do I want to do? What would Marcus Aurelius do? This question instantly connects you to the highest version of yourself. It bypasses your emotional conditioning and accesses your rational mind. It transforms you from victim to philosopher, from reactor to creator. 10 seconds of conscious redirection toward wisdom. Pause. Accept, redirect, 30 seconds total. This sequence interrupts the automatic emotional patterns that normally control your behavior. It creates what psychologists call cognitive flexibility, the ability to shift between different mental states at will. But this technique is not just ancient wisdom. Modern neuroscience reveals exactly why it works so effectively. And this is exactly where modern science enters the story. Dr. Lisa Feldman Barrett, a leading neuroscientist at Northeastern University, has spent decades studying how emotions are created in the brain. Her research confirms what Marcus Aurelius intuited 2,000 years ago. Emotions are not things that happen to you. They are processes that your brain constructs. Every emotion begins with what she calls interoceptive predictions. Your brain constantly monitors your body and makes predictions about what you are feeling. These predictions become your emotional reality. But here is the revolutionary part. You can change these predictions consciously. The 30-second reset works because it interrupts the prediction process and allows you to construct a different emotional reality. During the pause phase, you activate your prefrontal cortex. This is the brain region responsible for executive control and rational thinking. When your prefrontal cortex comes online, it dampens activity in your amygdala, the brain region that generates fight or flight responses. Brain scans show this shift happens in less than 10 seconds. During the acceptance phase, you activate what neuroscientists call the default mode network. This network is associated with self-reflection and emotional regulation. When you accept rather than resist emotions, your brain stops producing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Instead, it begins producing gamma-aminobutyric acid, a neurotransmitter that creates feelings of calm and peace. This biochemical shift occurs within 10 seconds of genuine acceptance. During the redirect phase, you activate your anterior cingulate cortex. This brain region is responsible for cognitive control and decision-making. When you consciously choose a wise response, you strengthen neural pathways associated with emotional resilience. Each time you use this technique, you literally rewire your brain to default to wisdom instead of reactivity. But the most remarkable discovery comes from Dr. Richard Davidson at the University of Wisconsin. His research shows that people who practice techniques similar to the 30-second reset show permanent changes in brain structure. The prefrontal cortex becomes thicker, the amygdala becomes less reactive, the connections between rational and emotional brain regions become stronger. These changes can be observed after just 8 weeks of regular practice. Your brain physically transforms to support emotional mastery. Now let me share the exact words Marcus Aurelius would use to implement this technique in real-world situations. When facing criticism, he would pause and say, "This person speaks from their own understanding. I accept their words without taking them personally. How can I respond with wisdom and compassion?" When experiencing failure, he would pause and say, "This outcome is part of the natural order. I accept this result as information, not judgment. What can I learn to grow stronger?" When feeling overwhelmed, he would pause and say, "This situation is temporary and manageable. I accept the challenge as an opportunity to practice virtue. How can I serve the greater good in this moment?" Notice the pattern. Pause and observe. Accept what is happening. Redirect toward wisdom and virtue. Every situation becomes an opportunity to strengthen your philosophical muscles. But here is what makes this technique truly powerful. The more you use it, the faster it works. Your brain begins to recognize the pattern. The neural pathways become automatic. Eventually, the reset happens almost instantaneously. you develop what Marcus Aurelius called the discipline of perception, the ability to see every situation clearly without the distortion of negative emotion. This is not emotional suppression. This is emotional mastery. You still feel emotions, but they no longer control your actions. You respond from wisdom, not reactivity, from choice, not compulsion, from your highest self, not your wounded ego. Marcus Aurelius governed an empire using this technique. He made decisions that affected millions of people while maintaining perfect emotional equilibrium. He faced betrayal without bitterness, loss without despair, pressure without breaking. If this technique could work for someone carrying the weight of the Roman Empire, imagine what it can do for your daily challenges: the traffic that makes you late, the colleague who annoys you, the bills that stress you, the uncertainty that keeps you awake. All of these become opportunities to practice the 30-second reset, opportunities to transform from emotional slave to philosophical emperor. Here is your challenge. For the next 7 days, use the 30-second reset every time you notice negative emotion arising. Pause for 10 seconds and observe the emotion without judgment. Accept for 10 seconds by welcoming the emotion completely. Redirect for 10 seconds by asking what Marcus Aurelius would do. Keep a simple count of how many times you use the technique each day. Do not worry about perfect execution, just practice the pattern. Pause, accept, redirect. By day 7, you will notice something remarkable. Your emotional reactions will begin to change automatically. The space between stimulus and response will expand. Your default mode will shift from reactivity to wisdom. You will have taken the first step toward the emotional mastery that Marcus Aurelius achieved 2,000 years ago. But remember this: the technique only works if you actually use it. Knowledge without application is worthless. Wisdom without practice is just entertainment. So make the commitment right now. For 7 days, you will practice the 30-second reset. Your future self will thank you. Your relationships will improve. Your stress will decrease. Your clarity will increase. And you will possess the same emotional weapon that allowed a Roman emperor to maintain perfect peace while governing the ancient world. The next time negativity threatens to overwhelm you, remember these words from Marcus Aurelius. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. In exactly 30 seconds, you can transform any emotional storm into perfect calm. The power is in your hands. The technique is now yours. Use it wisely. If this video helped you discover the power of the 30-second reset, share it with someone who needs this wisdom. Subscribe for more ancient techniques that modern science proves actually work. And remember, you are just 30 seconds away from emotional freedom. The Emperor awaits your decision.